What cheat were you taught to help you remember something? Using your knuckles to determine which months have 31 days or not. I have hid myself 62 times and I cannot remember which weeks have 30 months. Keep at it. It'll click soon enough for you, and that's when you know your knuckles have reached your brain. This is the best thread I've seen all day. My ex-girlfriend cheated, and it helped me remember she was a whore. What was something you thought would be easy until you actually did it? Living. Hot Wheels. Now that's one way to cook vegetables. Paralyzed man crosses room with brain-controlled exoskeleton. This is pure gold. I can't even imagine what this person was feeling by managing to do this. Nothing from the neck down, I would guess. What are your red flags in a relationship? When she starts asking me when I'm going to leave my wife. What is the adult equivalent of I'm telling on you? I want to speak to your manager. You cannot eat food with the letter E in its name. How does this affect your life? I translate the food to another language and then eat it. What animal would suddenly become super scary if it could fly? I would be afraid of flying elephants. Imagine it landing on you. I may or may not have been traumatized by Dumbo as a child. Could you imagine you are at the zoo, you are looking at the bears with your family and kids. One of the bears suddenly sprouts wings, flies over to you, snatches your baby and flies off into the distance Team Rocket style. Terrifying. Walruses. I imagine they'd use this ability to move into cities. They'd make nests on the rooftops of skyscrapers, then dive down to impale people as graciously as an eagle catching a hare. We'd be defenseless. What word annoys you more than it should? Any word that comes out of my ex's mouth. What's the most illegal thing you can do with $1? Make a copy of it. Pack it up. This is the right answer. Buy a really cheap hooker. So then is your mom free? You got me good. Take it. He's a little confused, but has the right spirit. What are going to be your final words? Item a head out. Item back. Jesus. 100. Don't worry, this thing ain't loaded. I hid the money under the. This medicine is only a little expired. Come over here. There's something important I need to tell you. Dies. Spectator mode activated. Calm people, what makes you lose your ship? Laxatives. She looks like a Walmart version of Mia Khalifa. I wish for the ability to switch between normal sight and sight that makes me see all the people who want to have Shreks with me. Granted, you now have the ability to close your eyes. If I had $1 for every girl that didn't find me attractive, they'd eventually find me attractive. That thumbnail looks like James Charles if he was a breadstick. You look like a CGI Adam Sandler that got high on paint inhalants. Tom looks like Eminem's younger and lesser known brother, Skittles. Fresh back from a new paint job. This car is too cool to roast. If boomers forking up the economy and taking all of social security for themselves was a color, this would be it. Shalashashkashinkawa. Who the fork are any of these people? And who the fork are you? I just tried to say your name out loud and my furniture started floating. What do you want to be for Halloween? Yours? Yeah, that would be pretty scary, haha. If all states of America had to fight it out, which states would win, and why? Florida, because Florida came here to say this. A state filled with Florida men who don't give a fork is a scary thing. Source, lived in Florida for 10 years. Florida is the Deadpool of the US. Probably Florida, those people are bananas. Florida, you really think you'll be able to defeat a bunch of alligator riders? Florida would win. Florida man. Florida period. Florida, they have Florida men who are the embodiment of pure chaos. Florida, have you heard what kind of people live here? Florida. Florida, big bath salt energy. Florida has Florida man, it won't even be a challenge.